we had gotten documents about the number 2 official at the FBI, Andrew McCabe. Now, who's Andrew McCabe? Well, he's an important guy. He used to run the Washington field office for the FBI, and then he was elevated by James Comey, the former FBI director, to the number 2 position. So he's in a power position there. The problem is he's compromised. And there have been reports, all confirmed, that his wife ran for, it's obviously a public record, ran for public office in the state, I guess it was a state Senate seat race in Virginia. And she was recruited supposedly by Terry McAuliffe, the governor of Virginia. And Terry McAuliffe is a good friend of Hillary Clinton and also unethical. Now, McAuliffe gave McCabe's wife, I think, $500,000. I think the Democratic Party gave them another $200,000, the local Democratic Party, all of which is controlled by McAuliffe. And I think it was like 40% of her campaign war chest was provided to her by McAuliffe. It's a great country. She's free to run for office. But the problem is her husband was a senior FBI official that was allegedly investigating Mr. McAuliffe himself, and then obviously Hillary Clinton, McAuliffe's friend. But McCabe didn't recuse himself from either investigation, it looks like. Now, Judicial Watch sued for documents about this corruption scandal, and a few weeks ago we received documents about Andrew McCabe's failure to recuse himself. Well, actually, he did recuse himself. He recused himself a week before the November elections last year, after it was the Clinton emails investigation was ended. So how's that? But we also received a new batch of documents showing that Director Comey at the time approved of his compromised position. According to the document, McCabe had consulted with Comey, and Comey said he was okay with it. So, you know, if you're doing an ethics check in an agency, you don't get to walk into the head of the agency and say, hey, look, my wife is running for office in Virginia. Is that okay that I stay on these cases? Now, that's not the way it works. But in Comey's FBI, the rules were thrown out the window. So these documents confirm that. And the documents also show, and we put on my glasses so I can see the paper here, that, oh yeah, McCabe, who the documents show was guiding the FBI response to his own scandal, had promised initially that he wouldn't use any FBI resources for his wife's campaign. Well, guess what? There are a bunch of emails showing him promoting his wife's campaign from his FBI account. So he was actively supporting his wife, who was running as, I think, a Democrat, I would presume as a Democrat, in Virginia, getting money from Terry McAuliffe, and no one in the FBI thought of that as a conflict of interest? Don't you believe it? And so I talked about this issue, I think, on Fox and Friends on Sunday, and the president was watching, and he retweeted one of our tweets about this issue. And I'm glad at least someone in the Trump administration is paying attention to this corruption in the FBI. I don't know why Mr. McCabe is still at the number 2 at the FBI given this corruption. He's under investigation by the IG over his conflict of interest that I'm telling you about here. And I think generally speaking about how the FBI might have been corrupted in terms of protecting Hillary Clinton. Look, there's a real problem at the FBI.